Okay, there we go. Welcome to those of you that have never been to my show before. This is Limor Reber, and this is Flying Unicorn official video. I don't have a very good broadcaster voice. I'm sorry. But no, in all seriousness, once a month, the Flying Unicorn, here at the Flying Unicorn, we have a Ustream show, and to show you all the wonderful goodies and all the amazing things that you can do with all these goodies. And for those of you that are just logging on, there is a coupon code for, correct me if I'm wrong, but 20% off of the entire store. And the code, of course, is Limor, which is my name, Limor. And Alda or Shauna or Tammy can post the link for you. And yeah, that's that. Okay, so let me get started on what we're going to use today. All right, and look at these cute little photos. Oh my goodness, I'm not sure which one I'll use today. But is this not hilarious? Look at Ava. What a complete dork. And then here's Hannah. I mean, such a beautiful photo. Okay, so I'm not sure which photo I'll use, but what I wanted to show you is some of the products that we'll be using tonight. And I kind of want to go through the process of how I pick my products when I'm going to design something, because I know lots of people ask me that, and so I just really want to be able to tell you the answer. Now, one of my favorite companies that I really love to play with, their papers are so amazing, are, am I frozen? No, okay. Is 7 Dot Studio. They're absolutely awesome. This collection is called Love in the Air. And I mean, look at it. It's so mixed media like, right? And it's, I don't know if it picks it up, but there's some pretty cool patterns, square patterns on the paper. So really, really cute. And check out the back. I mean, how funky is that? I know the camera's lighting is a little bit wonky, so it makes it a little bit brighter than it actually is. But really pretty paper. So there's a couple of those. There's this blue. I don't have boys, so I have a harder time using the blue, but I mean, look at the backside, so pretty. I know the camera's light is a little bit wonky. So there's a couple of those, and then check that out. I mean, if you have boys, this is awesome. And then on the other side, it's like the girl side. So really fun, right? This one is for sure one of my favorites because it's got I know the camera picks it up as blue, but it's actually really light teal. It's really pretty. And then the beautiful backside. Oh. The coupon code is not valid, it says. Alda can fix that for you. All right. And then check out this side. Funky. Funky, funky. And then last but not least, the beautiful, what are these? Like the die cuts, right? They call it elements, okay? And they're beautiful little tags that you can use. So I really like those. So we're going to use those tonight. So this is the paper line I'm going to be using. And again, it's called Love is in the Air by 7 Dot Studios. Okay, so you can go ahead and pick that up. It's just lovely. And I've kind of been, it's kind of been sitting in my stash waiting to be used for the show. I've been wanting to use it so badly, but I didn't want to use it because I was afraid I was going to run out. So one of the masks that we're going to be using today is, this one is 564773. You know what I didn't do before the show? I didn't actually double check that this was still in the store. So I apologize if it's not. It was just kind of in my design. I really wanted to use this particular mask. So Alda, you can let me know, but the number is 564773, and it's the crackle, okay, like the paint crackle, I guess you could say. And I'm going to show you some of the other products that we're going to be using. Some of the products that we'll be using are, we're going to be using some Flat Fabios by Lindy Stamp Gang, okay, and I'm just going to pull out the different colors. And we're going to be using Kissing Kaneki Coral. Okay, I'm going to show you. Okay, oops, sorry, the camera sometimes goes out of focus. Come on, baby, there we go. Kissing Kaneki Coral. We're going to be using T-Bird Turquoise, Flat Fabio. We're going to be using a little bit of Mango Mania. Okay. Pineapple Paradise. And what is it? Pink Ladies Pink. Okay. So, oh, hello from Australia. All right, so those are the sprays that we'll be using tonight, and they're flat. There's no shimmer in them, okay? And I will be using this other Prima screen a little bit, and this one is called, look how pretty that is, right? The code is, it's covering it, 564230, okay? And I am using from my own stash Vintage Prima, but there is the newer alphabet stickers that you can use. But I just, you know what, this one really matches, and I need to use my old stuff, right? And let me show you some of the other things that we'll be using tonight. And one of the things that I do when creating a project, so what I'm going to be creating tonight is I'm going to be creating based on the, I'm not sure if you guys know, but at the Flying Unicorn, we have a sketch, is it every week, I believe it is? And like Mojo Monday, right? And so Alda created this beautiful sketch. And so I'm going to actually be following this beautiful sketch. So if you guys want to follow along, you can go ahead and actually post it at the Flying Unicorn. There's a wonderful forum that's on there. So you can go ahead and follow this fabulous, fabulous, what do you call it? Sketch, which I know sometimes is much easier to use when, you know, when you're kind of like out of ideas. So that's kind of what I followed. So I pulled this out first, and I was like, oh, you know, it's got some crackling in it. So that's how I got to pick my crackling mask. And then I just started playing with some products. So one of the things that I pulled was, you know, you can find this at the store as well, these LeBlanc stamps, right? Because there's this beautiful bird cage right here. So I thought, what a beautiful stamp to use. We can use this, or I have another technique, which I'll show you later on. But one of the other products that I'm going to be using, there's a lot of vines in here, and I don't necessarily want to use all Prima vines. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a whole bunch of these wonderful chipboard pieces. And so these vines, I'm going to pull like this one right here. And it's called Swirly Vines number 3, DA0751, if there's any left. Okay, so there's this one. And there is this one, which is a little bit different from Dusty Addicts as well. Oh, sorry. Really cute. And then Branches and Berries. Okay. As well as, this is from Twiddly Bits, and it's this beautiful frame, which I totally love. It's called FRA012. And then I might use this guy as well as Little Branches with the Tree, which I had used already before a little bit in another project. It's called Bird and Branches. Okay, so those are some of the ones I'll be using. And there is, I thought I saw a butterfly. Maybe I didn't. Oh yes, there's a butterfly right up here. I don't know if you can see it. But anyway, there's a butterfly right here, and I thought, oh, how perfect. So we'll use some of these. And these are the butterflies number 3. Uh-oh. Yeah, I know. Ustream is being a little wonky. I'm sorry, you guys. All right. And the other things that I'm going to be using are some of the fabulous adornments by the Flying Unicorn, and I'll be using one of these birds for sure. And I just grabbed some of the extra ones as well. Like, look at these birds. They're fabulous. One of them just kind of came off the sticker, but so pretty. But look at, there's more birds here, so I might use one of these as well. And then there's these gorgeous butterflies as another option. So I'm kind of showing you some fabulous little options as to how to create this layout with maybe products that you have from the Flying Unicorn as well, or that you like better than others. And some of the flowers that I'll be using from the collection that really go with the 7 Dots paper is the Divine Collection by Prima, and you can find all of the Divine Collection flowers, most of them at least, at the Flying Unicorn. Okay, so Divine Collection by Prima. So most of these are at the Flying Unicorn. All right, and then I'll add, and then some of the other ones I'll be using are the I'm going fast. The Avante, I think it's called Avante. Can't see that, but anyways, these Avante flowers, which are nice and flat. And you can find them in several different colors, okay, throughout. And yes, so that's about that. I may pull a couple other things, but we'll see. But that's kind of like, you know, I have this box right here, and when I create a project, I literally dump the things that I think will match in a box, so that when I start designing the project, I have all the things that I know that match for that project. All right. And so that's what I'm going to do. And don't worry if you did not hear the products that I used. I will go ahead and retell it to you when as I start creating. So don't worry about missing what I have said. Okay, does that work for everybody? Good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start with my layout. And I'm going to take the paper that I want and also figure out the page that I want to use. And I really like this orangey really goes with her, and I do want to use a little bit of teal. This one goes as well, but I really don't like the purple in it. However, she does have a little bit of purple, so it does go. So I might use this one, and the other one that I really wanted to use was this one, but it doesn't really go with her pink all that well. But Ava's might. That kind of goes. It's just, this is just so bright. So you know what? We're going to kibosh that one, and we are going to use this one right here. So this is the one that we'll use. Okay. That's the executive decision that I just made. Just like that. It's really that easy. All right. So I'm going to take this little puppy out of here because we don't need that. Can everybody see okay? Perfect. And so what I'm going to do is the first thing that I'm actually going to grab is I'm going to grab a little bit of gesso. Whoops. Oh, what did I do with my gesso? I think I moved it. Oh, I put it right in front of me so that I wouldn't miss it. And I was like, where's my gesso? Okay, so I'm just grabbing some Liquitex gesso, but by all means, grab any gesso that you like. And I think we have some gesso at the store as well. So I'm just pouring a little bit on a dish. Okay, and before I do the mask, what I'd like to do is you can take like a rubber brush, or you can take a knife. I'm just trying to find one that I really like, a credit card. Like these things are really, really great, okay? And I'm just taking, can you guys see this? I'm literally taking it, my palette knife just like this. These plastic ones are really great, okay? And I'm going to actually have my photo kind of be on this side. And with my knife, do you guys see that because it's crusted and I sometimes don't clean it, I get really cool effects with it. So I have ones that I don't clean almost on purpose so that I can get really nice effects on my paper. Okay. And so I'm literally going forwards, up and down, and side to side. Okay. Up and down, side to side. Who knew that cleaning was not necessary, right? Seriously. Cleaning is not always necessary. And I actually have to tell you, I'm kind of a clean freak. If you didn't know that about me, I'm a clean freak. Yes, I am. I always have been. I'm a little bit anal. I have an artistic side, but I also have what I like to call my A-type personality, where I'm a little bit obsessive, compulsive about certain things. And cleanliness is kind of one of those. So a little fun fact about Leemore. Golden is my favorite, but this is what I have right now. I do actually have golden gesso, which is in a giant tub, so I'm not grabbing it. I'm just trying to add a little bit more, and as you can see, I'm adding it in layers. Okay. And I love kind of that splatter effect that it has. Okay, just like that. And now I'm just going to give it a quick heat set. And I'm going to show you a little tip that I do in just a moment. And just for you all, ching ching, we're going to have a little drink. Okay. Need a little tea in my system. You guys are not going to clean anymore? So funny. You say gesso? I say gesso. I don't know. And I do really like this gun for the show because it's very quiet, but I find it's not as hot as like this gun that I use, the Morby gun. So I kind of use them for different things, but I do like this one for the show so that it's a little bit quiet. Okay, so I'm going to show you a little trick that I do for layouts that kind of get warpy, right, when you create a little bit of mixed media. Okay. I'm so happy to see you all here tonight. Can I just tell you that? I had a pretty, can I just say I had a pretty weird day yesterday where, have you guys, I mean, you guys are all women, most of you are women, you guys totally understand this, but I woke up yesterday and I was so darn crabby. I could have killed someone. And I had to go do some serious retail therapy. And I felt so bad. I just could not snap out of it. And I just felt like the whole world was against me. And nobody had said anything. I literally just woke out of bed. But it was totally made up. I was just feeling this like heaviness. And gosh, it was just horrible. Thank goodness for my amazing husband. So, hang on. One of the things that I want to show you, sorry, I had to step out to grab it, is what I like to do when I create a layout that has a lot of mediums on it. I sometimes like to take a 12 by 12 piece of chipboard and I literally start to mount it right on because I find that it doesn't warp as much. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my Gigantor scissors. I could use a cutter, but I'm not going to because I decided. Okay, just so you know, it's executive decision that I just made. Just like that. Okay. And what I'm actually going to do is I am going to grab my cutter right now. And hang on a second. Just reaching over. And I'm actually going to cut 1/4 of an inch off of this side. Okay. Just like that. And I'm going to cut 1/4 of an inch off of this side. Okay. Just like so. Ta-da. All right. Easy does it. Just like so. And the reason I'm doing that is because I am actually going to grab another one of my pieces, which is this one right here. Okay. And I'm going to have that one kind of poking out a little bit. And so I'm going to cut the strip off. Okay. Just like so. All right, and so I'm going to go ahead and actually paste this one right down. And I'm going to use my Oh So Fabulous, I like my Beacon glue. Okay, I love Beacon. You guys all know that. This is a 3-in-1. You can put it on paper, you can use it on anything. Okay, that's what I'm using. You know, I got to tell you, I kind of stopped using my ATG gun a lot. I almost never use it. I don't know why. I just like my Beacon so much that I kind of stopped. Isn't that weird? So it wasn't intentional. It just kind of happened. And I really like this to put it on a thin piece of chipboard. And this is a very thin piece of chipboard. It's actually the chipboard that I use for my silhouette. Okay. Oh, do you think it was the moon that did that to me? Oh, man. I was like, come on. What is wrong with you, Limor? Seriously. Like, I just wanted to cry. Oh, my goodness. Just wanted to cry. And so I don't know. You probably cannot tell at all. But can you guys see kind of the pattern, the damask style pattern on the what do you call this, on the sketch. So there's kind of that damask pattern sketch right there. So I really like that. And that's kind of what I wanted to mimic a little bit. And I did want to have, not that you can see a whole lot of it. I'm actually going to cut just a little bit more because I want to see a little bit more of that other paper underneath. So I'm going to cut maybe another 1/4 of an inch on each side just because I want to. You know you want it. Okay. Just like that. All right, fabuloso. 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 Now, next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Prima Distress tool. Hello. Who doesn't love their Prima Distress tool? And, yep, I'm going to distress the edges. That's what I'm going to do. I am. Sam, I am. So I'm going to distress this. And if you're following the fabulous sketch, there's kind of like, I don't know if you can tell, but there's kind of like that torn look, right? So what I'm actually going to do, and there's a little bit, I'm gonna literally scrunch this paper right here. Okay, I'm gonna scrunch it just like this. And this is like so much fun. You can get rid of a whole lot of frustration doing this. Okay, so I recommend doing that. You can even spray some water if you wanted to make it a little bit easier. But this paper rips or scrunches pretty good, and it actually holds up pretty good, which is really cool. And you'll see how cool it'll be once we what do you call it? Spray it. It'll take on really cool. So I'm just kind of ripping a little bit to kind of mimic some of this rippage effect that's occurring right here. Okay, so I'm just kind of mimicking it as much as I can. Okay, just like that. And then what I'd like to do is I'd almost like to rip. Look how rough I'm being. I just love this. It's like so much fun. And I'm almost curling. Oh, I don't want it to curl this way. I'm actually going to have it rip right there. Okay, just like that. And then I kind of want to rip a little bit right here too. I don't like the stark edge. It's bugging me. There we go. Okay, and now you can see that beautiful other pattern underneath. All right, can you guys see the sketch, right? See that pattern? Okay, so now I can go ahead and put this down. But before I do that, I want to take, I could have done this before the show. I want to take a doily. Okay, you guys know me and my obsession with doilies, right? And I'm going to actually tuck a doily underneath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take my scissors. Okay. And I'm actually going to tuck a little bit of a doily right here. So I'm going to take my glue. My glue farted a little bit. Excuse glue. Excuse me. Okay. And I'm going to flip it over. All right, just like that. Ta-da. Okay. Just a little bit. And I don't mind that I see a little bit of that underneath. And all you want is you just want to see a little bit. Okay, that's the whole point. You don't need to see a whole lot. Can you guys see the little doily poking out? It just gives the page a little bit of interest. And I want to do that throughout the page a little bit, okay? So I'm going to do that as well. And, you know, okay, so here's the deal, right? So many people ask me, you know, should I follow the sketch to a T? No, you don't have to follow the sketch to a T. A sketch is really, you know, a guideline, right? And don't get obsessive with it, you guys, right? Where you have to totally like match exactly like the sketch. It's meant to really get your creativity going. And I know some of you get a little bit nutty when it comes to them. Don't get nutty. Just really allow your creativity to take over and create. So allow the sketch to work with you, you know. And if you really want to see a little bit more of that wonderful doily, you can totally tear the pages a little bit so that you can see a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm just cutting a little bit more. All right, so that we can poke a little bit through, about like right there. So pretty. Love this doily. Not sure where I got it. Don't even ask me. People send me doilies as racks. Okay. Just like that. Okay, so we're going to have that one kind of poking out a little bit right there. Perfect, perfect. Can y'all see? Is that okay? Okay. And what I like to do, this is not in the sketch, but I don't really care. I'm going to tuck a little bit, the rest of this kind of right there, so that some of that doily's poking out, because I think it'll look really, really cool. So I'm going to do that. Not that I need to use this whole thing, but that's okay. Just like that. I can distress my doilies for sure. I'm just not going to at the moment, but yeah, for sure I do sometimes. You have to be careful because they're usually so fragile, they just kind of rip, right? Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I can apply this down. Flying Unicorn has awesome sketches. So yeah, please go ahead and take a look at the sketch and try to create your own layout, and go to the forums, you guys. The Flying Unicorn has the most amazing designers and forums on there. I mean, everybody is just so nice in there. And you'll get so much inspiration just by seeing other people's fabulous work. So head on over after the show and give it a glance and join the wonderful Flying Unicorn family. I sound like a commercial. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I just really like it. This is not, okay, so for those of you that watch my Tuesday shows, this is not my mixed media group, okay? The Flying Unicorn is not, okay? This is a totally different sketch. Look at this gorgeous sketch for those of you that missed it. Stunning. That's kind of what I'm following right now, okay? And then I'm kind of, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm kind of bunching that paper up so it has a little bit of dimension, okay? So really, really cool. So do that. And I might tuck another doily or something a little bit later. Okay, so I'm just making sure this is really down. So, and it needs a little bit of glue right here. It's kind of lifting a little bit. So I'm just going to glue that down. All right. I know Tammy did an awesome job, right? Woohoo! Yay, Lisa. Awesome. Okay, hang on. Okay, ching ching. I need to drink. All right, good. Okay, now I'm good. Now I can handle you. Now I can handle y'all. All right, next thing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our fabulous what do you call this? Crackle effect, if you will. Okay, just like that. And we're going to take some heavier, or actually we're going to take modeling paste. We're going to take some modeling paste, and I'm just going to grab it right here. Uh-oh, I didn't close my modeling paste. That could have been detrimental. That is not good. Not good at all. Okay, and I'm not going to use it everywhere, but here and there. Okay, so we're going to apply a little bit of modeling paste. And thin layers, ladies, thin layers. Don't go nutty on the modeling paste, just saying, okay? Thin layers. Don't go all crazy on me, okay? not doing it everywhere. I'm doing it randomly, sporadically. Even on top of my gesso, no worries, just keep going. Okay, for whoever's following along with me right now, just keep going. Don't be afraid. Just do it, baby. Just do it. All right, just like that, and then left. Okay, and you probably will have a hard time seeing it at first, but once we spray, you'll see it. Can you guys kind of see the crackle? Right? Isn't that funky? So I know it's white on white, but you can see it right there. And I might actually want to add a little bit more right here. So what's beautiful about this mask is that it is quite subtle, actually. And so it really allows you to play without kind of being afraid. So pretty. Look at that, you guys. Gorgeous, right? Okay, I'm going to give this a quick dry. I'm going to put this in the sink really quickly. So one of the things that I recommend with your screens is that if you do use modeling paste or gesso, try and put them in water right away. Even if you don't have a sink in your studio, get a bowl of water right before you start your project and put it in there so that they don't get gunky and you don't have to worry about cleaning them later. It's just a suggestion that I know will make a big difference for you. I love my Prima masks. Okay, fabulous. And the beautiful thing about modeling paste, you guys, it dries super quick. As you notice, it's already dry. Okay, so I'll just turn it around so you guys can see. Right? Pretty awesome, right? Next thing that I'm going to do is underneath my photo, I am going to have a little bit of a doily poking through, just a little bit. So I'm going to grab this doily, but separate it. So just a minute, there's like 3 in here. Okay, there we go. So one like that. And then I am actually going to cut it in half because I actually don't need the full thing. And you guys know I'm a little bit stingy with my doilies, right? So I am going to use the other piece in another project or maybe later in this project. So now what I want to do is I want to create a little bit of a fun technique with this photo. So I'm going to cut this in half because it's 2 photos of the same photo, the same picture, right? And I'm going to kind of create a really cool layering effect because I think that looks really, really funky when you do that. But before I do that, I want to do a little bit of white, and there's nothing better sometimes than your finger a little bit. So I do want to tone down the edges of my photo just a tiny bit, not too much. And the reason I'm using my finger is because I find that I can really, I don't know, I have a little bit more control, I find. Try not to get a paper cut. Okay, just saying. Just try not to get a paper cut. Okay. And I find that this will kind of blend a little bit better. I don't know. I love putting gesso on my photos. It's like my thing. And I don't know. Can you guys see the difference between the two? Like you put this one down and then you put this one down. This one kind of blends right into the page if you look at it. Whereas the edges on this one really stand out. Okay. So it does actually make a big difference when you do the gessoing. Okay. And so I'm going to go ahead and do it to this one very, very lightly as well. And this one's going to go on the top, so I'm not going to be as heavy on the gesso as the other one. Okay. How's everybody doing? Lots of people on tonight. So wonderful to see. I know some people had to get off because they were having some trouble. I'm so sorry about that. Denise, you have a migraine? Who has a migraine? Oh. Okay. And my finger's all dirty, but look at that. All right, wonderful, wonderful. Now, the next thing that I'm going to grab is I really want this wonderful Twiddly Bits frame. I want to see if it works, okay? So we're going to try this out. This one's called 6x6 Flourish Frame, okay? FRA 012, okay? This is the one. Okay, so we're going to use that. And we're going to use one of our other papers that's on here as well. So let me just grab that. I'm just going to see. I don't really want the green too much. It's a little bit too green for me. But I might use the same paper that I used earlier to mat it because I really like that blue. And there's not another paper that kind of has that, just that teal in it. So that's what I'm going to use. That's the decision I'm making. So I'm going to mat. I'm going to kind of create a little bit of a mat that will go underneath, that will go over top of the doily. Okay, so we're going to take my cutter and we're going to cut that strip off. Just like that. And because I don't measure, I kind of will just guide. I'm going to kind of figure out how big the doily is. It's about right there. So that's about how big my square will be. I might cut the doily a little bit. So I'm going to go about like right there. Okay. Just like that. And about right there, I would think. Yep. About right there. See, that's my measuring, you guys. Okay. That's how I measure. That's what you get from me. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these edges off right here. Just kind of figuring how this is going to go. Just like that. And about right there. Okay. Flicker off. There you go. Oh, this one has to be cut just a tiny bit. Fabulous. Now what I want to do is I want to distress my edges. Of course, always, always, always. Uh-oh, you need coffee? I'm so sorry. I hope I'm not boring you to death. All right, just like that. And so I'm going to go ahead and apply this down. All right, just like so. And apply this right over the top. And I know I'm covering some of my crackle. That's not a worry. Don't worry about it. Okay, we're going to spray here in a moment. And then I'm going to apply this down. And I like to just apply glue to kind of the middle of my mat so that if I want to tuck things underneath later, I can. So that's my trick. Okay, so I can always come back in and add a little bit more glue. Just like so. Keisha, where do you live? Prima tools are amazing. We have these at the Flying Unicorn. These are like the best thing. And you could even file your feet with them. They're a multi-use tool. So what I want to do right now is I want to go ahead and I'm going to put this down. And usually I don't like to use this glue on the photos, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because it's the decision that I just made. So I'm going to put that down right there, and I kind of wanted to do it on a little bit of a slant, just like this. I don't want my things to be perfect today. And I'm going to come up and I'm going to pop this one up. So I'm going to get my foam dots. Okay, hang on a second. Where is it? There we go. And I'm going to apply this right there. And I'm actually going to make it a double raised effect. Okay. So I'm going to peel this off and I'm actually going to apply another strip over top of it. Okay. And I'll make it doubly large. Okay. just like that. Ah, and my fingers just stuck to myself. Just like that. Anybody from the, what do you call it? San Francisco, San Jose area here? If you are, I am going to be at, in September, I will be at the Scrapbook Island. So for any of you that are in that area, let me know. And I'm just going to apply it just like so. And this layout is going to pop just like that. Okay. It's a really funky, cool effect. And so one of the things that I want to do is I kind of want to take this guy and kind of frame the whole thing. Just like that. Okay. That's really, really funky. Love that. So we're going to paint this in gesso, paint this white. And so I'm going to move the layout for a second. And then we're going to add a little bit of Lindy Stamp Gang to it as well. Okay. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to do this. We're going to take our paintbrush and our gesso that we have left over. And we're going to give this a quick brush. And I kind of like the roughness of it. So I really kind of like some of the chipboard color. So take a dry brush, that works best to kind of still leave some of that distressed look going, if you know what I mean. I am working on Ottawa, my friends. I am working on Ottawa. I promise you. You all have to let the owners of the stores know that I contacted, that you really want me there, because, you know, they're the ones that have to fork out me coming down there, or up there, I should say. All right, just like that. That was pretty quick, huh? Not bad. And really watch these guys, because some of the little swirlies are really delicate. So try not to be too rough with them, because you will hurt them. You will hurt them, and you don't want to hurt them. I'm going to give it a quick heat set. I don't know where the doilies are from. Somewhere. Somebody gave them to me, a rack or something. Rooney, I am coming to Australia in November. Australia, November for Leemore. And Florida, I'm working on Florida as well. Today actually was a full day of emailing stores and bookings and, oh. Yeah. Contacted Florida. Haven't heard back yet. So I think the best way for me to come is if you contact your local stores and say, I want her here, then that really works, because I find that stores are weary about sometimes forking out, you know, the coin to bring designers, because they're afraid that, you know, they're going to fork out all this money and that people are not going to show up, right? So I'm going to pop this guy up a little bit as well. So I'm using tiny little pop dots. These are black, but I don't care because they're not going to show through anyhow. So I'm just going to use those. Do you guys notice I'm going a little bit slower than usual tonight? I'm kind of trying to take my time tonight. I don't know. I've been struggling the last little bit with my health, and I'm just trying to calm myself. Like, I find sometimes my pace is a little bit too fast, and I almost stress myself out. So I'm just kind of trying to be calm. That's my new thing. Trying to be calm, right? And enjoy the whole process of it versus trying to rush through things. So Maybe you guys can take that on for yourselves if you're one that just kind of stresses out and forgets to enjoy the process when you're creating. It's just so beautiful to just literally just be with yourself. Like, okay, wow, I'm creating right now. That's pretty awesome, right? Yes, Florida in the new year. Yep. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, retreats are great, right? Because retailers really do like retreats. All right, and so I'm going to go ahead and put this down just like so. Okay. Just like that. And I'm going to pull it up so that you guys can see what I just created. Isn't that funky? Really cute, right? Really, really, really cute. All right, so that's that. Let me pull this off to the side. So the next thing that we want to do is I'd like to create, we're going to do the flowers here in a moment, but what I want to do is I want to create the bird cage. Now, I have the option of using this fabulous bird cage, but I kind of want to show you this really cool technique. I'm not sure you'll like it, but we'll see. So I have, hang on a sec. Hopefully I pulled it. I know I did somewhere. Oh, here it is. So we have these wonderful resins at the Flying Unicorn by Prima as well. And this is left over from another project, but I thought this could kind of be like a bird cage that could be hanging down. So I'm going to grab a little string and then we're going to put a bird on it. What do you guys think? And this is item 890704. Okay, so I'll show it to you. I know it's kind of hard. 890704. Okay, Shabby Chic Treasures, Ingvild Boom. Okay. So sometimes creating things out of things that are not meant to be created is like the coolest thing, right? That's the fun part. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some twine. Okay. I'm going to grab just some regular twine. And we're going to actually have it kind of hanging from it, like a pretend hanging. And we're going to do it like a tiny little bow or something to hang from it. Okay. So, or maybe not even a bow. We're just going to hang it. That's what we're going to do. My executive decision of the day. Okay. Just a big ball of twine. You guys can get this. I got this at like Value Village for like $2 or something. You can find them anywhere. I guarantee you. And so we're going to apply this string. Okay. Just with the same glue. And this dries clear, so I'm not worried if there's anything left over. Okay. Just like that. And we're going to tuck this right there. Okay, so we're going to have this hanging. We're going to make sure that it's straight though. And we're going to apply, and we're going to ink this up in a bit. But first I'm going to apply it down. I can do this after once it's already down. Inking is easy. And so I'm trying to make sure that I'm fairly straight. Okay. It's pretty straight. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, I just want to make sure that it's really, really down. So now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take one of those wonderful birdies from the Adornments, and I think I'm going to take this one. Alda, you have to help me with these because they don't have names, but it's the one that has all these wonderful birdies. It just says Adornments, and I don't have a code on them. So I apologize, but I don't know the names off by heart. I just don't know. And we could do this one, which is really, really pretty, right? And we can paint it, right? Which we can do. Like, I just love that. It's so pretty. And I'm just going to try another one just for fun. Okay, hang on. Just another one for fun. Just because they're all so pretty. This one's really gorgeous too. That's pretty. They're all just gorgeous. This one could even, you know what? This one could even like hang from down here. No, too much. Okay, but anyway, something like that. That would be really cute, just like right there. And we're going to paint it white. And then there's also this one, which we could paint, and she could kind of, I should say, could kind of hang like that. Which one do you guys like? This one or this one? I don't know. I kind of like this one. I know it's hard to tell on camera. That's really pretty. Or there's the double bird, and we'll paint it up so it's not going to be gold. It's pretty, huh? All right, let's paint this guy. It's supposed to be a window, right? Which is so cool. Which one? This one? The darker one. Okay, good. Good, good, good. We're going with the dark. All right, so what I want to do with this guy is I want to take my paintbrush, and I'm actually going to take some gesso. Yes, I'm going to gesso him up. And don't worry, because I'm going to take some ink later, and I'm going to ink him up, so he's not going to look white. But I'm going to really get in there, like all the edges. Okay. Just like really got to get in there. And I know it's probably hard to see on camera. I'm not butchering him, I promise you. He'll look just fine. Okay. Just kind of pulling some of that paint. In order for us to paint him, we do need to put a little bit of gesso. Otherwise, the paint's not going to last. And I'm just going to heat set it for a moment. You love the second one? You guys are so funny. Single, no. Blue, green, yellow. Okay. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this guy sit for a moment because he's flipping hot at the moment. Ouch. Okay, so we'll let that be for just a second. And I'm going to put this off to the side because we're really not going to use it tonight, apparently. And so if I look, the next thing on the layout, there's a little bit of stamping going on here and there. So why don't we go ahead and do a little bit of stamping. So I like some of these background stamps by Prima. This is 550950. We may not have this at the store. This is just a background stamp I grabbed. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I don't really want to use black because there's not a whole lot of black in this layout, but I do want to use a little bit of like a teal or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is Aquamarine Archival ink. And I'm just going to go ahead and, I've never used it before, so let's try it out. What do y'all say? Okay, but I'm sure it'll be pretty. And I don't like to use blocks, as you guys know. I don't know. They inhibit my creation. And most of this will be covered by flowers, so I'm not worried too much. And do you guys remember that I said that I don't glue the edges? This is why, by the way. This is why I don't glue edges. Seriously, on purpose. Okay, and now you can see some of that stamping popping through. Okay, just like that. You don't want too much. It's just for a little bit of, you know, just a little bit of a look. A little bit of dimension, a little bit of interest. That's actually what I was the word I was looking for. A little bit interest. Okay, and on the edges right there, just like that. And I'm kind of going to do it around, even though it's not in the whole layout. There's a little bit up here, so I'm going to do a little bit on the doily, just a tiny bit, not too much, and then a little bit of underneath it, actually. Pop it out, just like so. And the reason that, by the way, I'm using archival ink, when I spray, I want to make sure that my ink doesn't run. Does that make sense? And so I'm going to do the same thing right here, just a little bit. And just like that. Okay, that is all I want. I don't want too much of this, except for just a little bit right here, because you want to make sure that your page is balanced. And I find sometimes that if it's in one spot but not in the other corner, it's a little bit off balance. So once again, this is just archival ink, Aquamarine. Okay, and I know the camera doesn't catch it properly. It looks blue on the camera. It's not. It is a very beautiful aquamarine color. So I'm going to put the stamp away. That's as much as I want to use from it. Yeah, create interest. All right. Now we want to start a little bit with the flowers. But before we do that, actually, we have a butterfly to put on about right there. So let's do the butterfly. And this is Dusty Attics, and it's called Flutterby's. Flutterby's, number 3, DA0766. Okay. And once again, with this guy, I'm going to pop one out. We just need one of the large ones. Hopefully I'm not going to break it. They're very flimsy, so you got to be careful. Okay, just like that. This guy's going to go about right there. And I am going to paint him, but at first I'm going to paint him in gesso, just like I did the other things. Because when you apply gesso, then it's really easy to apply any other paint over the top. So that's what I'm going to do. Or you can use embossing powders. You know what? Today I did not feel like using embossing powders. Every day for me is, a different medium. I like all different mediums. So I like to kind of just, and we're going to set that aside. Okay, and we'll let that dry for a moment. Let's start adding some of our flowers. So one of the flowers that I'm going to add, and I'm not sure we have this one in particular at the store because I didn't check. I checked all the other ones except for this one in particular. So Alda, please do not kill me if we don't have this at the store, but I really wanted to use it. This is Queen Mary Vintage 566203. Okay, this one right here. I am so sorry if we don't have it. I wanted to use it. I've been dying to use it. She's gonna kill me. But anyway, this can kind of really be bent, which I really like. And it's the big flower we're kind of gonna use, okay? Which is kind of gonna mimic this flower right here, okay? I have used the Inca Golds. Alda, you need to be modded. Make mod. There we go. Scrap FX. Yeah. These are the ones you sent me, Alda. These are from Dusty Attics. Do we not have this anymore? Yes. All the stuff I'm using is from the store. There's pretty much nothing here I'm not using from the store, except for this flower that I don't know if you have. So I don't know if you have this one. I forgot to check. I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm going to put that aside. And I'm going to just, I'm going to go ahead and actually start gluing down because I can always tuck things underneath. So I just apply a little bit. Come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on. It's coming. It's coming. It's getting clogged. Come on, baby. Okay, good. All right, just like that. And then we're going to add it about right there. Okay. And I just added a little bit on the center because I can now go ahead and start tucking things on underneath, right? Okay, so there's that one. The next flower that we're going to take is these ones right here. Okay, these little roses. And this is Frost Dance Roses. Okay. And okay, is the frame not in stock anymore? Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, and we're going to tuck that one about right there. So I'm really going by, I don't know if you guys can probably not see this, but I'm actually trying to mimic the, what do you call it? The frame, or the sketch. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm speaking like a dork right now. And we're going to add some vines here in a moment. But this has a ton of roses. Of course, I mean, can you guys see the amount of flowers this thing has? You do not have to use that many, so don't worry. Just, you know, but be creative with it. Okay, so I'm tucking some, and then we're going to add a few more here in just a moment. So I'm randomly putting these, and then we'll add some of the other ones. And next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of these guys right here. And these are the Avanti Teal. And we're going to kind of tuck these guys here and there. Just these lighter ones. Actually, no, we'll use some of the darker ones too. The darker ones are fun. Okay, so we'll randomly put them throughout. Okay, I haven't decided exactly where I'm going to put them, but I'm just kind of pulling them at first. Sometimes I just like to pull my flowers, and then I'll add them to kind of where I want them. Okay, and then if I don't use as many, I just put them back in the package. No big deal. Okay, and yes, sometimes I overuse a lot of stuff. This one's from the Divine Collection. These are 564483. Okay, and there is some yellow in the papers. Do I want to use yellow? A little bit. I think it gives it a little bit of a something something. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you like the yellow? Maybe we'll just use the white. How's that? We'll just use the white. We won't use the yellow so much. So I'm going to cut that piece off, and we'll use some of these vines. And you get 3 in a pack, which is really cool. So you can use the yellow later in at a different time. Okay. So we'll use these vines right here. And we'll put these ones back in the package. You like the floral clusters? I'm just grabbing flowers right now at first. This is how I kind of do it. Okay. And so one of the things that I told you that I was going to do is I was going to add some of the vines are going to be created with this guy. So I'm going to do that as well. And let's add a few more flowers. So we're going to add some of these little ones as well. And we're going to add a few of these guys right here. Okay. So this again from the Divine Collection is 565282, and then this one is 565268. Okay. So let's start adding some of these puppies in there. And then we'll grab some of these. We need a little bit of pink in there. So a little bit of pink. And sometimes I like to keep the stems because I can go ahead and tuck them. Okay. And a little bit of the light pink. A little bit of the green maybe, just a tiny bit. Because there is a little bit of green. A little bit of the teal. This page is going to have a serious amount of flowers. Holy moly. I'm okay with that. Sometimes you need a whole lot of flowers. Okay. So there's that. Okay. And let's grab these ones. Actually, we'll leave these off to the side for a moment until I decide what I want to do. Okay, so let's paint these guys a little bit. And I'm going to pull this out. And we're going to pull out some of these vines, and they're going to kind of be poking out here and there throughout our layout. Come on, baby. Pull out. You got to be really careful with these because they are a little bit flimsy. So don't be all jerky, like, you know, and pull them out because you'll rip one of them off. Okay. Come on. Come out. I get impatient, just so you guys know, on camera. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I get all antsy. Like, come on, make it work. Okay. So, and then I think we'll do one more just for fun. That might be more than enough vines, but you know, I like to kind of have enough. Okay. Just like that. Come on, pop out. Pop out. Have you been without Mojo? All right, there we go. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and give them a very quick paint. And I'll grab a little bit more gesso. Okay. Very, very quickly. Let's do this. And then we'll start adding our flower clusters and our birds and all that kind of wonderful beauty stuff. Any questions, anybody? Okay, just like that. That's one down. Okay, and one more. Trying to watch the chat and paint at the same time. It doesn't really work very well. All right, just like so. All right, we'll let that sit for just a moment and let's start arranging. They'll dry in like a second and we'll start arranging our flowers here. And so I'm going to pull this off just a bit, just like that. I'm going to pull it off to the side and I'm going to start by adding my vines. Okay, so my vines are kind of going to go this way and kind of poke out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little bit of this one because I don't need this much. I'm going to tuck him right about there. Okay, so that's the first one. So you want to start with your vines because you can start adding flowers over top of the vines. Oh, hang on, my glue's plugged because I let it sit for too long. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. And I don't have a poker. Hang on. Let me see if I can get it unplugged. Okay. Just like that. And I'm just adding it to one of the corners and I'm letting it kind of hang. Bye, Candy. I know I'm a little bit slower today than usual. I'm so sorry, you guys. You guys are probably getting bored to tears. Okay. And I'm going to add this one. And we're going to go right on the top here, just like that. Because there's one vine that's kind of sits on the top like that. So we're going to have that sit right there. Oh, yeah, good idea. Use the vine to unplug it. Hello. Thank you. Who just suggested that? I have no idea, but thank you, thank you. Okay, and then I might use this guy later as well. So we're going to leave that off to the side because we might use him. Okay, next we're going to start tucking some of the flowers in. There we go. More glue is actually coming. And that one's going to go about right there. Just like so. Oh, there's a little bird. I never noticed the little bird. I might have to put another little bird right there. Or maybe a little butterfly or something like that. And so next what we're going to do is we're going to add some of these little ones about right there. And we're going to tuck them. Right? I kind of like squish them on the corner just like that. Okay. And then I think we're going to add like a little green one. Okay, about right there. Just hang on to them tight. Thank you. I know the time difference really sucks, huh? Okay. Okay, and we're going to tuck that one at about right there. Okay, This is in her face. Don't worry, we can move this. That's the beauty of not attaching the vines all the way, because you can kind of move them around. Now it's like poking out. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. And then next, woo, another little glue fart. Not a problem. Nothing wrong with a little glue farting, right? We're going to tuck that about right there because I kind of want a flat one to go in there. So let's do, I kind of wanted a different flat one. I wanted one of these. Where'd it go? Oh, here they are. These little flat ones. I was thinking maybe a little, kind of like a creamish one. Like right there. I don't really like that color, to be perfectly honest with you. Thinking maybe a lighter pink or a lighter gray, since there's a little bit of gray in this layout. That's what we'll do. Put a little bit of gray right there and a flat one. Okay, so you want like flat dimension, flat dimension. This one's going to go about right there. Oops, sorry about that. Just like that. This one can kind of be tucked in with this one on the top. Right now I'm playing, as you can tell, and this is like my favorite part. It's like therapeutic for me, I swear. Right now I feel like I'm in therapy. Playing with flowers is therapy for me. Okay, and we're going to add a little bit more. We're going to add some green up here. I kind of stopped looking at the sketch. Now I'm just creating for fun. I just love this part. And we're going to do a little bit of another green one right here. Just like that. And then we need a pink one up here. So we're going to do that. I'm going to add this one about right there. Okay. And we're going to start tucking some of these blue ones or green ones up here. Oops. We're going to kind of tuck them right there so that it kind of pokes out. Aren't you loving this? I don't know. I love these little layouts. Okay, so now with these guys, these are so much fun because now you can start cutting these puppies, which is my favorite part, and you can start kind of poking them out. Okay. All right, just like that. And these are your little vines that are going to be kind of poking out of the layout. Look how pretty that is. We're almost done, y'all. Almost done. And I'm going to have this guy kind of poking out right there. And then one more. I love cutting these. And then this one can kind of be tucked right underneath right there. And we still haven't even sprayed, y'all. Oh well. And I don't know where this one's going to go. I haven't quite decided. Let's see here. Oh, let's cut a little bit of that one piece off. Thinking like right there. Okay. This is my interpretation of the layout, I think. Pretty darn close. There's some flowers that are kind of supposed to be dangling down. Do you guys see how many I pulled and I didn't necessarily use them? Thinking maybe this one can go right there. But let me show you what we've got so far. How does that sound? I'm going to turn it around. But what I like to do is I like to take these guys all the time and I want to take a little pencil or something like that and then twirl it around and have these guys kind of poke out too. I'm actually going to apply it right there. Okay, just like tuck it, and then it's like more vines poking out. One, and then we'll do one more. There is nothing like Prima flowers. I know I'm biased, but seriously, I liked them before I was an educator for them. I'm sorry. There is nothing like them. Just nothing. Nothing compares. Okay, check that out. Adorbs. Totally adorbs. Adorables. We need a title right here, which we'll do in a moment. Okay, but let's go ahead and start adding our little bird. So I'm actually going to grab, we're going to use the sprays, but I'm also going to grab, hang on, I'm coming to ya. And where is it? Okay, I'm going to grab a little bit of the silks because you guys gave me that idea. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And we're going to add a little bit of teal to that bird. So this is the Guatemalan green, I think it's called. Yep. And we're going to take a little paintbrush. And I'm just going to take a little bit, and I'm going to apply a little bit to the bird. Okay, and I love these silks. They're so much fun to work with. And it'll just now start to add a little bit of color to this metal bird. I just want you to see so far. Okay. I know the camera shows it as blue. It's not. It's like an aquamarine color. I promise you. You just trust me. And we are going to give him a quick spray with some Lindy's anyway. And we're going to make his body a little bit darker. Okay, just like that. And then what I'd like to do is I'd like to give what's left over on my brush. I just kind of want to give this little bird cage a little bit of that as well. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to spray this. I'm going to move this over just a little bit, and we are going to spray a little bit of yellow to this with this layout. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm going to dab some of it off, just a little bit, so that all that's left is a little bit of that wonderful yellow. And I just want to show you so far. Look at this bird. Can you guys see it? I know the camera is a little bit weird that way. It just needs a little bit more. There we go. On his tummy, he needed a little bit. Just drying him up. I know I'm totally going a little. Oh no, I'm not going over time. I have like 5 minutes to finish this. I better hurry up, huh? Okay. Okay. Don't heat up your embellishment and think your hand is going to be okay when you pick it up, FYI. Holy smokies, that was hot. Okay, it's cooled off a little bit. Okay. It's like, you know, sometimes I do dumb things. I don't know. I wonder about my own self some days, I swear. I'm not happy about that little circle right there, the little knob, but that's okay. C'est la vie. I just want to show you a little bird hanging. Is he not just stinking, oh sorry, is he not just stinking adorable? Like, come on now. Love him. Love. Love, love, love. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, so there's the bird. Now, oh yeah, we need the butterfly too, right? And so, What did you guys say? Hang on a sec, I gotta look. Uh, okay, the wings. All right, so now I need to put this butterfly that's gonna be about right there. So I'm gonna use some of this, actually this pink. I'm gonna spray it with some Pink Ladies Pink by Lindy Stamp Gang. Okay, and I want it to be pretty soft. And the reason I want it to be soft is because it's kind of soft in the layout, and my layout is soft. So I'm actually gonna dab, before it dries, I'm gonna dab some of it with my, what do you call it, cloth, and then dry it really quickly. And I might add one more layer, but I don't want it too dark. And then I'm going to do one more layer, and then one more time, and then dry it one more time, and then dab a little bit, just like that. And I'll show you in just a second. Check out this gorgeous butterfly. Do you see how pink it is? I don't know if the camera shows it because the light is quite white. But now what I want to do very, very carefully, okay, I'm going to bend its wings. And watch, because these guys really rip. Okay, but he's going to kind of hang right there. Yeah, that's a good idea with a gem. I'll do a gem for sure after the show because I didn't pull it out before the show. So, but there's that. Okay, and we're gonna just hang on to him right there just for a moment. That's the whole idea. Scrap and corner. Okay, I'm just hanging on to it until it dries for a minute. Okay, perfect. Now, what piece are we forgetting? Are we forgetting a piece? We're missing the title. Okay. So now what I want to do, I want to do a little bit of the title, and I do want to add the last piece of this layout as well, which is the little tag that's hanging. I just need to find it. Here it is. So, I don't know. I Believe in You. There's Remember, So Sweet. They're all so pretty. I don't know. Let's try I Believe in You. It's really cute. And this one can kind of be tucked about right there. Except you kind of miss the... See, I want to show you. In the layout, there's that piece right there. And that's kind of what I'm trying to mimic. I'm just not sure that it kind of fits. I'm not loving it. So I'm going to leave that out. That's what I'm going to do. It's an executive decision I just made. I'm making a lot of executive decisions today, aren't I? All right, the next thing is the title. So let's add a little bit of the title and a little bit of flowers to it. So maybe I like Smile or Keep Smiling or what else? So Sweet is cute. I don't know. How about Love? Let's say So Lovely. I like So Lovely. Let's do So Lovely. Oh, we need to spray. Before I do that, let's spray. Sorry, I forgot about the spray. So we're going to use T-Bird Turquoise. Woo! Oh, I'm almost out. Hang on. There we go. Got a little bit of a wonky sprayer or something. What is up with this guy? Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit of spray, just like that. And then I'm going to take my roll of tissue or paper, and I'm just going to dab some of it off because I don't want too much. But I just want to show you how much that popped up now. Okay, really, really cool. Okay, and I'm just going to add a tiny little bit of yellow for fun. Not too much, just a little bit. Okay, and dab a little bit of it off. Just gives a little bit of something. Okay, you didn't need a whole lot, just a little bit, and it gives a little pop color. And then a little bit of pink. Just a little bit. And then dab. because like I said, I don't want it too dark, right? So I just like a little bit of color. Okay, so just like that, that's as much as we're going to use right now. And then we can go ahead and add our title. But let's dry this up before we do that. And then we are done, my friends. All right, and so let's add so, oops, that's a big O. So, and then we need lovely. So love. Oops, I might have to move it back a bit, guys. We'll see. I might. Yep. Shoot. Oh, now can I get it off? Oh, come on. Oh, no. Uh-oh. I think I can make it work. Let's see, baby. Ooh, that's tight. Ta-da! What do you guys think? We need a little bit of flowers up here just for fun, because that's what the layout shows anyhow. So we need just a couple little flowers coming out of it. So we did pull more flowers, right? So we may as well just kind of use them. And we can use some of our leftover little vine as well to kind of poke out of them, just like that. So let's add this guy in there, just about right there. And I kind of try to flatten them a little bit because these guys are a little bit bulky. Okay, and this guy will kind of go underneath him, just like that. And then this guy will kind of poke out. Just like so. Just like that. And I always like flowers in threes. So I have a little pink one right here. And we're going to add him right about right there. She's so hot. Oh, I was a little bit off frame. I'm sorry. Okay, what do you guys think? Ta-da! I'm finito, and I'm sorry, I'm like 4 minutes over. But that's what we got, baby. That's what we got. Did you guys enjoy that? I know I lost some people tonight. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed tonight's show. I'm just going to stop the record.